Hey guys, it's Old Man G here, back again with another video. Sorry this is late, I know this game finished ages ago, but just got back from work and it's my birthday today, so happy birthday to me. Yeah, I've got two videos actually back to back because we've got some breaking news regarding Milinkovic-Savic, which will come later. But I just want to get this post-match reaction out of the way and I'll upload that in hopefully soon after this. So yeah, basically this is my Manchester United versus Tottenham pre-season post-match reaction titled "The Fiery Victory." And much like a couple of other pre-season games, has essentially been what I would argue a game of two halves, in the sense that um, we can basically see what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer how he wants to play football. Like he basically, the high press, high tempo, quick touch passing, counter attack. That's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to play. This is not a Mourinho style team. We can see in his tactics, this is how he wants to play football. And so I think when we default, in quote, back to Mourinho style type of football, I think that is more to do with the players that are playing that can only maybe play that type of way or are tired or not fit or whatever, as opposed to the coach himself in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So basically, sorry about that, charging. Um, so basically, you saw a lot about that in the first half, and I've got to give props to certainly the player in the first half that I give props to is Daniel James. Daniel James is quick. He's certainly very important to that press. The way he's playing, to be honest, there's a very good because we say, oh, he's not going to start, but he's making an increasing case to start. Martial was also very good in the first half as well. That front three of Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford. Greenwood didn't have the best of games, but still impactful. And if you have so Greenwood on the right, Martial up top, I think the front three is what is going to be fascinating about me next season because it's just the options, but they're young options. You've got Martial, Rashford, Daniel James, um, Greenwood, and obviously Jesse Lingard, who's probably gone on the pecking order a bit. But the pace that's there is remarkable, and the fact that you can alternate between having maybe Martial or Rashford with Greenwood up top. You can play the interchangeable. This is the thing. So I can't say, oh, this is the person who's going to play for the centre because Martial can play in the middle, Lingard can play in the middle, Rashford can play in the middle. Greenwood can play central. They can all play on the right. Well, Rashford, Lingard, and Greenwood can play on the right. Daniel James, Martial, Rashford, they can play on the left. So we have that flexibility up front. We have the option, and that's good. And obviously, throwing Lukaku in there if he doesn't leave, and that's that. The issue I think comes with midfield. And again, I'm get very, very concerned that we're not. I don't know whether Fred is going to do the job, and he did have an okay game, but I'm very concerned about the lack of depth in the defensive midfield role because again, Nemanja Matic, I just don't think is good enough, and I think that we're going to concede a lot of goals because I mean, to be fair to Nemanja Matic, he did say he had a bad season, but I just don't see how he will improve. Being 31, being static, being slow, I don't know how he will improve. Hopefully, he'll prove me wrong, but I just can't see it. Or at the very least, we need someone, if it's going to be Fred, fine, or a party, whatever, to just deputise, so that he's not playing all the games. Because I think a big reason why he was so tired is that Matic was essentially playing every game under Mourinho, and then there was no other player that played the amount of games that the Nemanja Matic did, to be fair. So I understand why he's exhausted. So for this season, that shouldn't happen. Nemanja Matic should not be playing every single game. It's not fair. He shouldn't do that. There should be someone that can come in to deputise at least and hope. And if we don't sign anyone, at least that should be Fred, who's okay. But yeah, back into the game. One of the moments I noticed in the first was that awful stamp by Sissoko. That's why it's titled a fiery victory. That was a bit heated there. It felt like a bit like a Premier League game in a sense, taking it seriously, even though it's just a friendly. And to see Sissoko just stamp on Daniel James, who's younger, but you'd think the more experienced player. Usually when we see these things, it's the young player who's rash who does it. But the fact you have the more experienced player stamping on the young player was a bit weird to see, and quite rightly, I've got no idea what Harry Kane is doing. Banter Kane, as I call him, Banter Kane. I've got no idea what Banter Kane is doing, get involved with. Good job on Pereira, fighting for the badge, pushing him aside, being like, stop it, guys, stop hacking down Daniel, which is a good sign, I must say. It's a good sign if players are hacking down your players because it shows just how quick Daniel James is and how they couldn't deal with him. And I've got no props in McTominay and Pereira squaring up to Kane and being like, mate, back off and tell your team to back off, sit them down. Because if Kane is the captain, what kind of example is it that you're setting by squaring up to these guys when you should be telling your team, stop making dirty challenges and actually try and win the game? For goodness sake. So yeah, mini rant over, but I thought that was. I'm interested to see whether that carries over or whether the preseason thing or whether it matters. Certainly, when VAR comes in, VAR is going to be a massive game changer, and we'll probably talk about that again on our next episode, Premier League Studio, which hopefully we'll have an episode this week, if not next week. But essentially, mate, yeah, man, you can't get away with that. That's a straight red, and it will be a straight red next season. So a lot of these players have got to realise that they should be playing in pre-seasons if VAR is, and I haven't noticed it, which is a bit concerning. But all teams, I believe, especially Manchester United, should be playing as if VAR is already in motion, because as soon as day one of the season hits, VAR will be there. No pulling, no hacking, no spitting, because the camera will be able to see you, and it could be a lengthy ban. So players, I beg you, United players if VAR is in motion, as if someone is watching your move, because a lengthy ban or penalty giveaway will be fairly easy. I'm interested to see what the first games of the season are going to be like. Anyway, moving on. So, 1-0, amazing goal scored by Martial. I said had a very, very good game. Took it very, very well. No doubts about it. He looks better. I think I would argue, it's the best game that Martial's actually played. I think hopefully Martial will just grow into his game and get better and get better and better and better, which is good. Then Spurs equalised in the second half thanks to Lucas Moura, who always seems to get goals due to a dodgy deflection, though there's nothing that Romero could do about it, to be frank. We did sort of drop off a bit in the second half again because he made the sort of changes. And you can see the difference in the press. Lingard, Mata was there. Although Gomes, the highlight. We're talking about highlights. Daniel James in the first half, Gomes in the second half. Angel Gomes was a beast. And the way that he took that second goal, the 1-2s that keep... brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, do I think that will mean he will step up into the first team? I don't think so. Although I do think it would be nice for him to get some games. I'd like to see him get some Europa League games. Just throw him into some League Cup and Europa League games, please. That's for me is... sorry, guys. That's for me is just what I want. Throw him into some Europa League, League Cup games, competitive games. See how he does there with some support. That, as I've said since several times, guys, James, Gomez, Garn, the youth, I see no reason why that quality from what we've seen certainly from this preseason isn't enough to win League Cup games against, Carlisle, or Europa League games against, Azerbaijan and team. Don't disrespect those teams. I'm not saying don't take them seriously, but the quality we've seen, it's not that these United youth players are terrible or average, but I feel like they need more games. And if you're not going to send them on loan, keeping them on the bench is just going to stunt their development. So send them on loan, or at the very least play them in League Cup and Europa League games. That's the way I see it. But yeah, shout out to Angel Gomez. Had a very, 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 very good game. But it's just unfortunate. I just don't think that he'll actually be played a lot next season, I think. But anyway, thanks. This is a quick video, guys. Quick post-up reaction. Again, really liking to seeing where Ollie is actually taking Manchester United, and I'm hoping that this will translate to first games as we get closer and closer to playing against Chelsea. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Hit that notification button to get our latest videos. Follow us on Twitter at UnitedX. Let's push to 500 subscribers, man. This channel is growing really, really quickly, and I really, really appreciate your continued support. So yeah, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. Follow us on Twitter. Have a nice evening, guys, and cheers.